Hi there, it's Roy from Learn About Property again. Now, I'm just going to take you through a property that is midway through a refurbishment project. Now, there are two ways I'm going to tackle this, okay? I obviously respect and understand that builders work in different ways, teams work in different ways. But this particular property, as I say, is midway through a refurb. But to me, there are things that I would do and wouldn't do, okay? So for example, we're in the lounge. And okay, it's been plastered, it's got a modern fireplace that's under construction, it's been partly decorated, there's a new laminate flooring that's been put down. But for me, this flooring should be protected, and as you can see, it's not. Now, if the builder damages this floor, the question is going to be who's to pay for it? If it gets chipped, scraped, marked, it's the little things like this that, you know, very often you need to be on top of when you're project managing or, you know, managing your own projects. So as good as a builder can be, there are things that maybe together you should iron out from the outset. So the floor not being protected is one area that I would have a chat with the builder about. The other thing is, of course, is that I think nests like this should not be left in a property that's been refurbed. It should be removed and put into a skip straight away. And the reason for that is because if you decorate it, you're going to create more mess. So every time somebody sweeps up this mess, it's going to create dust, which goes on to the, you know, obviously the decorating. It can make the walls end a bit rough. Obviously, if the dust is in the paint. So there's little things like that that are important. The good thing is, I mean, the designer radiators, they've covered up, so that's good, because once dust gets in radiators, it can be a right, you know, pig to get rid of. But then when you come in the kitchen, as you can see, it's midway through a refurb, so the kitchen units have all been put in, the tiling's been done. Okay, they've protected the worktops, but then they've got bags of sand on top of the worktops. I mean, you know, to me, that's just a no-go. Okay, it might not be doing any harm, but you never know. If there's damage to this, if the worktop gets warped, who is to blame? So it's little things like that that maybe you should educate your builder about. And of course, there's a bit of mess in here as well. If the kitchen worktops get scratched or marked, who's to pay for them? And then we go into the bathroom. And I can see, yes, it's a small bathroom. Very often working in small areas can be difficult, but then they've got things thrown in the bath. We've got a piece of metal here. This can scrape the bath. You've got a metal ladder in here. You know, it could chip the tiles. To me, there just needs to be that extra bit of tender loving care when you're working. Because, you know, when you come to clean this house and you come to do the snagging, if there's a chip or, you know, a tile needs replacing, who's going to pay for it? So little things like that, I think if you sort of iron out with your team or your builder from the outset, it will save you a lot of hassle and maybe even falling out with the builder as to who pays for any damage. So one of the things that, you know, you need to really be on top of. But generally, I will say that they have worked hard and they've made a lot of progress in a very short space of time. And it might well be that they'll clean this up within a day and it'll look perfect. But for me, being fussy, I just think they could be that extra little bit careful. So yeah, I hope you find this advice, you know, helpful. And it's, before I go, I just noticed as well, we've got the nice oak glass doors in here. Again, you know, anything that's resting against them, it can mark them. So yeah, just one of my pet hates. So I hope you find it useful. But whatever you can iron out with your builder and overcome things that annoy you, particularly if it could end up costing you money, it's well worth doing from the very beginning.